Why are reproduced notes better sounding than live? Now, here's an intriguing question, and it comes to us from Mark in Los Angeles, California. Mark writes, when I'm listening to a really good system in a good environment, I can be thrilled by, for example, the rich sophistication of piano notes or the nuances of an acoustic guitar. And yet, if somebody actually plays a piano or guitar in front of me, the sonic subtleties are not particularly interesting. I find that reproduced notes to be much more interesting than the original notes, especially if they sound virtually identical. Not sure I quite got that, which doesn't make sense. I suspect that I'm not alone in this and that many, many audiophiles are exactly the same. So, Paul, is it just me? If not, why are we like this? And should I be trying to change the way I listen? No. What you're hearing is really interesting. And I say this with full appreciation of what we as audiophiles strive to do, and that is to get closer to the sound of live music in acoustic space in our homes. We try really hard to do it. When I listen and play music on our system, I'm always hoping that I'm going to get closer to the musical truth, to what's actually on the cello or the violin or the trumpet. You know, when I hear the blat of that trumpet and it's more like somebody's in the room, I get thrilled. Every audiophile does. That's what we do. That's why we're here. And yet, why would Mark be saying this? Well, have you ever been to a live football game? I have. I'm not a big sports fan. But I can tell you that sitting in row 3,525 up in the nosebleed section, or even on the front lines, that is not as good a view as sitting at home with a telephoto lensed camera photographing the action. In the same way, when we close mic an instrument, when we record an instrument in a studio where a microphone is picking up every nuance of that instrument, whether it's because we have a great microphone that picks up every last thing, or we're sticking it closer to the instrument, we actually get a view, an audio view, if you forgive the poor use of language, that we are not typically privy to when we listen to live music. So imagine if you're in a room with a piano, you're probably sitting a few feet from it. You're not standing right over the thing. If you're at a live performance, you're fairly far away. And you hear the live sounds. You're not privy to that close-up view that a microphone gets. And so that's why we get tricked into believing that it's better. It isn't better, it's closer. You hear more of the strings and the bow scraping on the string because the microphone or the pickup is very close to the instrument relative to where you would be if you were listening live. And that's what I think you're hearing, if that makes sense. Great question. Thank you, Mark. We'll talk to you tomorrow.